Hi, everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new live stream. And welcome to my, well, it's not really a kitchen anymore. It's more of a lounge room, dining room, everything combined. So now the only thing today is I've switched my screens around so that I can hopefully look more at the camera and less at the screen, which is over here and over here. And I've intentionally put the live chat directly at my eye level, so hopefully it's comfortable. If anyone can who's watching live, let me know how the sound is. Let me know how the video quality is. Um, I did mess around. Why I was a few seconds late was I was fiddling around with the camera position, and then now I realized that is that better? I think that's better. I kind of liked it over there, and then I put it over here now, and I've messed my train of thought up because I had it set up beautifully in the right location. So there is a few people here who are live already. Fortuna. I was. This is fast. I left you a comment about doing a live maybe 1 hour ago, and here I am. Yes, I did actually plan. Well, in my head, I planned this a few days ago to try to do a end of the month live stream. I think the last live stream I did was a month ago. Or was it a month ago or 2 months ago? I feel like it was like so long ago that I did a live stream. I'm sorry, everybody, for we moved house. We did the remodeling of my wife's studio apartment, which took not really longer than what we expected, but I had to go back and forward to that place on the other side of Moscow almost every day for a whole week. I should have just stayed there, right? But now I'm a little bit more settled. Everything here is settled and set up where I'm doing the live stream on. The only thing is, with me switching the camera around, I feel it's a little bit off. I was going to go shopping with my wife on my day off, but since I called it, I'm going to have to stay and watch this. But it's 8 o'clock. I guess the shops are open until 10, 11, 12, right? Or depending on where you live, it might, maybe Fortuna, I don't know where you are watching from. So could be complete. I'm just assuming everybody lives down the street from me and we're all in the same time zone. Rochelle, long time no see. How's it going? It's good to see you here. And where is he? I'm here. Anna says, I sound perfect. Thank you. That's very nice. Russia outside Moscow. Hello. How's it going? Hello from Seattle. El Fuego. Hello. Real Life Cruises Australia. Lots of people with nice channel names, or at least screen names today. The only thing is the Russian YouTube, for some reason, basically blocks all of the channel icons. So I can see them on the YouTube studio, which is on the other screen over here. But on my StreamYard in front of me, I can't see them. So looking and sounding great. Where are you? Yes, I'm still in Moscow, Russia. We're now, if anyone's watched the two different, well, there was 3 videos. There was at least 2 of them where I did apartment tours, Russian typical apartment tours. Now, if you put 2 and 2 together, I did a tour of this place, which is the one that got 200,000 views, which is crazy, which is good, right? Everybody's dream of getting a lot of views on a video. So we literally signed the contract to move in here. It was all very fast. And then we got the keys, and I said to my wife, I said, let me make a video before we move in and film it as an apartment tour. And then we moved all our stuff across. It's in the same building. It's just 2 elevators away. There's 4 elevators in the building here. And we moved all our stuff over. And then I filmed the video when the other apartment was empty. So if you're used to the green walls, the yellow, it was green kitchen, yellow walls. Lots of comments on those videos too, mostly positive, of course. And then there's a lot where people didn't like it. I don't know. So I can never be making everybody happy. Now, just a few things as well before we kind of keep going with the chat. I did pin a comment there. If anyone wants to make donations to the channel, it's not necessarily donations to me, although it obviously would come to me. It supports basically me making videos. It mostly goes towards catching the metro into Moscow, paying for lunch, buying the microphones, the things like that, the equipment for the video. So if you're inside Russia, you have a couple of easy options. One is SberBank, and then the other one is called Donation Alerts. Now, Donation Alerts is very popular in Russia, mostly for people that are doing gaming and streaming and twitching and TikToking. I don't know what they do. But if you do donation alerts, I see it instantly on the screen. It doesn't come up on the screen like you're watching, like I can do with the YouTube chat, but I can see it instantly. Obviously, this is when I did my last live stream. It was 27 days ago. Anna donated saying, thanks and good luck for your channel. Thank you, Anna. 27 days ago. I don't like to read out the amount of money where people do donations. Obviously, if it's a super chat onto the channel, obviously it shows for everybody, and I can't hide it, of course. But where people do donations, thank you. It's really all about the YouTube channel. It doesn't let me go shopping at the shopping center and buying new, I don't know, what would you buy? New watches, new cars? I don't know, what would you buy? So if anyone does do donations in any form, there's also buy me a coffee. There is a few different things like that. So it's pinned in the comments. It's in the description. It's in all the videos as well. I'm going to do a community post, because some people did donations to my SberBank in the last 5 or 6 days, just to thank them. Last time I did it, I got lots of bad comments, like people are putting, oh, Russell's, fundraising in Russia. People are giving money to Russia. It's not about that, everybody, really. But I can't really get away from that. If anybody likes Telegram or has Telegram, I do have a channel. It's called Traveling with Russell Channel. If you've got Telegram, you're welcome to join that. Lots of people chat in there, and I am very active in there, posting a lot of things that you don't see on YouTube. So yes, Kevin Anderson, hello, thumbs up. Nikolai, hello. Hi, Russell. If you've not watched a live stream before, I'm obviously Australian. I don't speak Russian or malenki po-ruski, niet pinyalai po-ruski, whichever. I can't read or write Russian. So if you do write in Russian, I'm sorry, I can't read it. You happily can chat to each other. If anyone would like to translate somebody's Russian, if people do write it, please do that. Unfortunately, I'll sort of skip over it. Now, somebody did actually do donation alerts. Hello, Russell. Thank you for your vlogs. Like to watch you. You're amazing and a positive gentleman. Thank you. I really should have the translator open. Oops. I've really messed up my desk today, and all my things are in the opposite places. I really should just translate the name there, because a lot of people have names built in. Oh, Valery in Yekaterinburg. Yekaterinburg, I think I'm getting that right. Thank you, Valery, for the donation alerts. The one thing that's the reason why a lot of people like donation alerts versus other donation options, if that makes sense, is it's not necessarily instant, but it's within 24 hours of a donation, the person gets the money. Whereas if you do like a super chat, it comes in the form of the AdSense for the channel, which would be a month. Well, it's the 21st of every calendar month, 1 month behind. So thank you, Valery, for donation alerts. It's kind of I like how it pops up there. I think it also pops up when people subscribe. I don't know. I really am I will get around to changing either StreamYard or there's another program, Streamlabs, where you can actually put those donation alerts that pop up on the screen. You don't actually have any say in, it comes up instantly. So thank you. Hi, Russell. Does your wife speak to you in English? She does. Yes, Danny Mult. My wife speaks English. Yes. She speaks about 95% English. She speaks a lot better English than she believes she does. But yes, perfectly well. I do have a bit of a surprise for you guys towards the end of the stream, by the way. Not my wife coming on the stream, but I've got a bit of a thing to ask you. And it kind of pertains to curtails to a poll that I did about a week ago now. And it was one of the kind of polarizing polls where there wasn't a definite winner of the question that I asked. So yes, my wife and I speak in English. She obviously she's from Ufa, by the way. Yeah, Bashkortostan or Bashkia. So yeah, if anyone doesn't know, you're more than welcome to ask me questions about myself. I may repeat things because people will ask multiple times. So yes. Oh, you're in Italy. Oh, Buonasera. Siena area. Yes, I've worked on cruise ships. I was there, was it about it feels like 5 years ago now. We were in Marghera, which is near Venice, at the shipyard for Fincantieri in Marghera. And then we sailed around to Malfoncone, which is near, I don't know where it's near. It's near some other town. We went to the shipyard to open a new ship that was being built. And I went to do the fit out for the retail stores. I love Italy, by the way. As a country in Europe, it's a place I could easily go to, easily visit, easily feel comfortable there. Obviously, it's still different from where I live and where I'm from and so forth. But yeah, they're over from Ekaterinburg. Oh, someone else from Ekaterinburg. Zadarova. Hello. I voted no, relax and feel free to make videos only when you want to and know what to film about. Are you already knowing the question? This is the poll for this stream. Yes. The poll, daily vlogs, yes or no? 65%, okay, from 75 votes, and the 79 viewers, thank you, by the way, 63% want daily vlogs. The only thing I find with daily vlogs is coming up with a title. My titling that I like to do, I like to kind of put them in a form of a searchable title where someone would watch the video later. Whereas if I put, I went to the beach or I walked my dog, although I don't have a dog, they're not ultimately going to get a lot of views past that daily viewer, or like you guys, right? The community of the channel. Whereas Russian typical apartment tour is now 200,000 views of this apartment, you know? So, yeah, thank you though for this. Hi, where do you think life is better, in Russia or in the USA? It is interesting to hear an opinion from a person who knows these countries. I've never actually lived in America. I was working on cruise ships sailing in and out of America. My last ship was out of Galveston, Texas, but I've sailed out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Tampa, out of LA, Long Beach, out of New York, Boston, Baltimore, Charleston. So I've never lived in America to say what that day-to-day living is like. If I compare it to Australia, obviously, there's quite a lot of differences. Mostly the weather, obviously now it's winter here. You know, there's a lot of normality to Russia as well. It really depends on where you live because Russia is so vast, like America is, right? Someone living in Alaska has a different life experience to someone living in Arizona, someone living in Miami, someone living in New York, even New York State. Manhattan is not New York, right? Upstate New York and New York is completely different. Where is better is a very hard question to answer. I mean, my wife and I, in the last year, we've been trying to weigh up some of the pros and cons of living in Russia, pros and cons of living in Australia. Cost of living in Australia has gone up a lot in the last probably 3 or 4 years. COVID didn't help. Obviously, what's going on now has some contributing factors. I mean, there's a lot of normality to my life living here. I mean, I went today to Kuzny i Tochka to make a video, which is what was the McDonald's. I mean, I caught the bus, I caught the metro, I went through the local shopping center on the way home. I bought some snacks. I bought dinner because my wife just finished work about half an hour ago. So I bought ready-made dinner to eat dinner. So there's a lot of normality to living here. It's really the lifestyle that you lead. I think even any Russian watching this can probably answer that same way. You know, going into Moscow today, I mean, I walked from Pushkin Square, where the old McDonald's used to be, down Tverskaya Street towards metro station, Hotni Riyadh, which is the one nearest to the walk going up to Red Square. And that's not the apartments there, the old Stalinka style apartments are just beautiful, the buildings, but the cost of renting would be double, triple what I'm paying here. And I'm 50 kilometers away from Moscow, about hour and a half depending on the traffic, and I like living here. I like the town we live in. It's a matter of getting used to living in Russia if you were to make that move from another country. That's the hardest thing. It's a long answer. I'm sorry. I've got another donation alerts. I'll kind of try to keep up with the chat. Try to. Again. Oh, Timur. Hi, big man. Glad to watch your videos. Keep going. Please tell us your favorite place in Moscow and why. Timur, thank you. My favorite place in Moscow. The thing is, right, over the 9 years I've lived here, it's become normal living in Russia, living in Moscow. Okay, I'm in Moscow region. I'll always correct that I live in Moscow region. Of course, I like walking around Red Square and where the Kremlin is. It's very historical. There's a lot of history kind of behind the walls of the buildings. I mean, even today, walking down Tverskaya Street and going past the mayor's office or building, it's like crazy big building. And then you come down to a Hotni Riyadh there, and then is the State Duma there. And it's just, you're in Moscow and you're living and breathing Moscow. What's my favorite place? Obviously, I make a lot of videos in supermarkets and shopping centers. I like going to sort of some of the parks. What's my favorite place in Moscow? That's a tough question, Timu. Thank you, by the way, for your donation. I appreciate. When we were doing the remodeling of my wife's apartment, that's in Vidno, in Lopatino, or Lopatino. And when my wife was just got home, right, I just showing her the statistics of the last few videos and how this apartment video has got 200,000 views. And I like, because it's called Russian typical apartment. And I said to her, this is not a typical apartment. I said a Khrushchevka 5-level panel house anywhere in Russia is a Russian typical apartment. And, I can walk 10 minutes from my house, 5 minutes actually, and there is Khrushchevkas built in, kind of the way they are, like with a common garden area in the middle and some swings for the kids. And even going to Vidno and to Lopatino, my neighbor in our building here laughs at me. Oh, you're going to Lopatino. It's not a nice area, but you know what? It's where I'm registered. It's where my wife and I are registered because that's the ownership of the apartment my wife has. That's my home. Prelivka is where we live, but I'm registered in Lopatino. And, there's a lot of working class areas around Moscow where people, really are working class. I mean, even in this building here, some people said, oh, the cost of the rent is not the average rent for anybody in Moscow, but this kind of place we're in here would be two working adults with jobs, so it's hard to kind of say where do I like in Moscow. I like, what's the Moscow, not the Moscow Kremlin, oh my gosh, there's the other Kremlin. That's the wooden one. That's like the tourist one. Someone's going to tell me in the comments. So even I just like walking there by Red Square, through GUM, going down to Zaradi Park. I was in Gorky Park the other day making that video there. So I didn't really show that in the video, but I walked afterwards. I walked all along the embankment there, down past the Red October Island there, where they've got all those like bars and round cafes there. And then I crossed over the bridge where the Church of Christ Our Savior is and walked that way towards the metro station there. So I did a nice walk along the embankment. I can just walk around Moscow on my own every day of the week. Man, sorry, I didn't answer your question very well, did I? Everybody wants me to say something that's where they live or something quite specific. But thank you, Timu, for the donation. I appreciate very much. Ashan is in the French news recently for supporting. Okay, I won't put that up on the screen. I'll just hide the other one though. How do you hide the other one? Do you miss? Yeah, that thing about Ashan. So Ashan assisted in collecting goods for the situation between Russia and the neighboring country. And they didn't know what they were collecting, why, how, who, how, what. Somebody was paying money to gather products together for issuing to whoever XYZ. I'm sorry if I'm talking in circles, but if you lived here and kind of, you needed, 5,000 bottles of water or 6,000 kilos of something or 3,000 cans of tuna, you'd probably go to Ashan and say, can you supply us with that? Because the next guy probably can't. So I think Ashan sort of apologized that they didn't know the direct reason about this support they were giving. Do you miss Australian climate, especially when compared to Russian winter? I guess I miss it only when I compare it. Like when I meet someone, actually, even when I was at the Maslonitsa, I met some people there and they asked me about the weather. And I showed them on the phone the Perth weather for the next 10 days, like 32, 30, 30, 30, 31, 34, 33. And they were just like in shock because obviously it's minus degrees in Moscow. It's only -1 today, by the way, but felt like -6 or 8. So I guess I miss that when I think about it. But obviously that's Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere, right? So I don't miss every day 33 degrees and hot because it's like blue sky and 32 degrees every day. And you get a bit bored of it because it's like too many days in a row of blue skies. You want some clouds. You want an occasional rainy day just to cool down the weather. The one thing, Anna, I like a lot here is that it's seasonal. So you know when is winter, okay? You know how short summer might be. Then you've got spring and autumn, but you know there's distinctly 4 seasons. I hope that answers the question. Hi, Russell. How do you make a living in Russia? Sun Packer. I do YouTube videos. So my living is making videos and hoping people watch them and then relying on the ad revenue from the ads that play on the videos. Obviously, if you're not aware, in Russia, there's no adverts shown to Russian viewers. So everybody in Russia's got YouTube Premium for free right now. And obviously, I've got a very big Russian audience. So thank you to Russian viewers who are here watching live or on a replay. Oh, now I can't see. Oh, that's silly. Well, that's better. Sorry. So I do YouTube. So pretty much the money from donations and things like this go towards the channel. So it pays really for my lunch when I go out. Like today, for instance, I'm paying for lunch, paying for my buses, paying for buying a little bag of shopping or some candy and stuff. My wife works, she has her own little nail salon business, and she does all of that completely self-supportive. Obviously, we're paying rent where we're renting here. I don't have a job in Russia that's I go to 9 to 5, if that's one of the questions. So pretty much YouTube is it, if that makes sense. Do you speak Russian? No. Well, Ega greats. Чуть-чуть по-русски. I understand a little bit of Russian. I can understand a few words in a conversation, but I can't speak it as in a conversation. I can ask basic questions back and forward, but that's about all. Hello from Nottingham. Oh, gosh. Firefly Robert, how's it going? I watched the boxing the other night with Tyson, is it Tyson Fury? And Fury and the YouTube guy. That's how much I know. And he was from Manchester, right? Nottingham, Manchester, not too far apart. What kind of music do you prefer? What's your favorite band? I really don't listen to any music. I'm probably the only person in the whole world who doesn't listen to any music. Even in the car, if I've got the radio on, although I don't have a car in Russia, I'd listen to AM radio and talkback radio or sport channel radio. Back in the day, I liked U2. That's pretty much all I listened to was U2. And I've got like every CD album of U2 in Australia in a cupboard somewhere. That was about it, really. I don't have a question for Russell, but I have a question for everyone else here inside Russia. When you're watching something on Russian YouTube now, there is no ads? Yes, this is Lex. So any Russian who's watching any YouTube in Russia, there is no ads played to them, and thus the creator of the video you're watching doesn't get ad revenue from Russian views. It really is more challenging for a Russian YouTuber who has a Russian channel and has Russian viewers. It's obviously very difficult now because that ad revenue is essentially gone. YouTube fully works. Every function works if you've got a YouTube channel in Russia. I'm not sure what you're saying. Sapogrot Ren. So yes, there is no ad showing. You've got free YouTube Premium, if that makes sense. The only reason I have Premium here is in the States is so I don't have to watch ads. But I heard that the Russian YouTube makers are demonetized anyway. Yeah, the YouTubers, Russian YouTubers, I'm just going to say like this, who have a channel do earn ad revenue from non-Russian views. So, for instance, I don't know if anyone watches my friend Sam's Russian Adventure. He and I have done a kind of a collab, but not really together, but he's made a video, I've made a video, and it kind of coincides with each other. We'll have out probably tomorrow now. But he's actually British, but his channel is in English. He's living in Vladimir in provincial Russia, but his YouTube channel is set up in England. But because he does videos about Russia in English, he's got a very high Russian audience. So he doesn't get any ad revenue from any Russian viewers. So it's not demonetized. Essentially, it's just less ad revenue. If I were inside Russia right now, and I wouldn't even have to pay for YouTube Premium because it would already be without ads. Correct. Yes, Lex. All correct. Spotify free as well. I'm not sure about Spotify. I don't have Spotify. You can basically VPN into Russia and watch that way with no ads. Yes. Yeah, I've actually thought about this, asking Russian viewers to watch my channel with VPN on, but I've just given up on saying it before every video, making a point of it. It is what it is. The statistics are what they are, and I can't really change them. If your VPN is good enough, yes. You're a great guy. Thank you, Igor. Здравствуйте. Thank you very much. Regards from the Netherlands. Oh, maybe you're not Russian, but Igor sounds maybe Slavic, I guess. What are you doing for a living? Yes, so YouTube is it, basically. Before moving to Russia permanently, I was working on cruise ships. I was working in the duty-free shops on board cruise ships, so selling alcohol, tobacco, candy, sundries. Pretty much I was a liquor specialist. So that's why there's a lot of videos on my channel about supermarkets and shopping centers, because it kind of just makes sense that I know retail, and that's it. So if that makes sense. Rentalia? Hello from Dimitrov. I'm not sure where Dimitrov. So again, if anyone's writing in Russian, I can't read it. Is the new flat larger? Looks nice. Yes, it is. Yeah, so the other one was 49 square meters. That includes, I'm pretty sure includes the balcony or the loggia. This place is about 70 square meters. It does feel considerably larger. There's a sort of a separate bedroom. It's what's called a two-room apartment, but essentially it's one bedroom, a big entry. You really got to watch the video to get an idea of the place. And then there's this open, where I would be sitting here would essentially be a kind of a dining room table. Then the kitchen and lounge. And then behind, if I do this, my camera follows me. Did you guys know that? But we've actually put the table over here. You can see the lounge over here. Sorry, you probably can't hear me though. But my camera follows me. around the room if I do that. I feel a bit off today that the camera's in an awkward spot. So yes, it is much bigger, although it's roughly 20 square meters difference. The only thing I miss is where I was sitting before. It was on this side. It was literally a floor-to-ceiling window that looked out over the town. Now, the balcony with the floor-to-ceiling window in this balcony is where the kitchen is, looking out to the other direction, which is still a nice view, but it's not that I'm sitting next to a window looking out the window, because I could just stare at the computer and every 5 seconds stare out the window. So yeah, hello. I love your videos and look up to your channel. Thank you. Russia outside Moscow. Thanks for your videos. Hello from Ufa. Oh, здравствуйте. Очень приятно. Dimitri, my wife and I, we went to Ufa last year to visit her auntie and her cousins. We don't have we maybe might go back later in the year. What's your favorite Australian movie? We watched the other day, and it was on one of the Russian channels in Russian. We watched Crocodile Dundee, which I think my wife's seen before because it's an old movie, right? The original Crocodile Dundee. If you want to know our favorite movie between the two of us, we watch Meet the Fockers, or Meet the Parents, Meet the Little Fockers. That's kind of our favorite movie. We've watched it, I don't know, a few hundred times. But Australian movie, Crocodile Dundee, it's very quintessential Australian. It's from the 80s now. It seems so long ago. From Soggy Bay area. Oh, from San Francisco. Bearball, how's it going? Sorry, I didn't notice. I guess I'm a bit behind here. I've recently listened to podcasts about Formula One races where there's been a question, which track is one of the best? Surprise, Melbourne F1 track. Opinions from famous commentators. That's kind of interesting that the people like Melbourne. Obviously, originally the Formula One was in Adelaide. It was a street circuit. Then they moved it to Albert Park in Melbourne. That's kind of cool. Have you been to the Russian cinema? I haven't, no. My wife keeps wanting us to go to the cinema because she wants to go to the cinema. I'm a bit worried that I'm going to have to sit through 2 hours of a Russian movie. Well, an English movie in Russian. We want to go see Avatar. We keep talking about it. Will you record a podcast with Sam from Vladimir? Now, yes. He's always advertising it. He just posted a video about he made a video about the Big Mac today, and I've made a video today, and I've mentioned his channel, and then he's obviously mentioned my channel, because we both went and we both made separate videos. So yes, probably not for a few months now. I am planning to go and visit him in Vladimir for a few days. He's got some car troubles at the moment. So yes, I chatted to him, did voice chatting to him today, back and forward all day, most of the day actually. Stalinka. Yes. Hi, Russell from Bashkortostan. Oh, more people from Ufa. Oh, hello from Crimea, from down south. Crimea is considered in the south, right? From Darien, Illinois. Yes. Stalinka is not Khrushchevka. Yes, I know that definitely. Yes, in Moscow, they've got the Stalinkas and the kind of, would you say, more modern apartments? They're not modern like as in the last 20 years modern, but more modern than Khrushchevkas, which are in all of Russia. Even this apartment we're in would be considered more modern because it was only, I think, 12 years old, this building that we're in. What's the best way to find a Russian wife? I guess come to Russia. I don't know. Depends on where you live. Join a Facebook group, like in Perth, where I'm from. We're part of Speaking Russian in Perth group. And then go to an event where there's other Russians there. And I'm sure there's single Russian wives or ladies that would attend. The girl sitting next to me had Kuzny Itochka today wanted to practically marry me. I have to make sure I tell everybody that I've got a Russian wife when we're having a chat. This girl was wanting selfies with me. She she saw me filming the video, right? And wanted to. She's actually in the video very briefly. She just pops her head in. It was like she's a student at the local school. I don't know. Ismailova, yes, thank you, Ismailova. Yeah, I kind of like going there on the weekends to go to the flea market and to see. Sorry, ladies, but to see the babushkas selling their wares on the street and on the pathways. I like that. I've stayed at one of the hotels there, Alpha Beta Gamma, as well. Yes, Sherlo. Hey, Russell, you're a great blogger. Keep it up. Greetings from Dolgopidupini. Oh my gosh. Dolgoptudini. Red Flower. Thank you, Red Flower. Thank you. Let's make a mutual video. Come to St. Petersburg. Yes. There is another, if you're a YouTuber, you need to send me an email or join the Telegram channel and send a message. I've got a little group on Telegram of English-speaking Russian YouTubers. And there's plenty of people in that group that are in St. Petersburg. There's another Australian there. His channel's called Aussie Spy. He's a guy also from Australia who makes videos in St. Petersburg. Again, if you've got writing in Russian, I can't read it. So if it's good or bad, I'm sorry. Yes, great to see you, Russell. Thank you. Mott MC. Yeah, shout out to a couple of different also channel members as well. There's two, I think it was two of you guys, I think. My Life Pixeled and Bearable Cruising. Yes. Now, because I use the chat from StreamYard, it's different to what you see on the chat from Facebook. So appreciate you replying to the topic. Thank you. Homesteading France. Do you miss the giant arachnids or the spiders? Do I miss giant spiders? No. Actually, I was thinking about it today about the flies. Oh my gosh. Is the video that far behind? I'm watching the stream. I shouldn't be watching myself on Facebook, on YouTube. Do I miss the giant spiders? No. Actually today I was thinking about this, about flies. You don't get a lot of flies in Russia. I guess in summertime you do. Especially if you go to a dacha and the minute you start a barbecue to make shashlik, the flies seem to just come to you like flies to shashlik. But no, I don't miss spiders at all. Any kind of spiders, small ones, big ones. Internet's full of resources where Lonely Hearts Meet. I believe there are Russians there too. Yes. When you will you record? Okay, am I reading the same things? Thank you, Russell. At least something out of Western propaganda. I'm not sure what that means, but thank you. Yeah, just watched Sam's vlog about Big Macs. He said that you told him it's back. Yes, I was the one that told him a few days ago that they just started with the Big Hit. It's called the Big Hit. Not to be confused with the Big Heat, because there seems to be a bit of a confusion about the word of it. So, and I was the one that telling him I was going to put my video on the channel, and now I'm doing the live stream instead of doing the putting the video on there. How much did you take with you, and how did you work out job and place to live? So essentially, since I met my wife the first time, I've traveled back and forward. And my wife, well, when I met her originally, she invited me to Russia on holiday. And then essentially, apart from going back to America for work, going back to Australia once, twice, we didn't bring wads of money back. Before a year ago, my Australian cards would work in Russia. So I could happily use them to spend money, earn money, whatever I was going to do with money. Coming here without a job would be very difficult if you don't have people that you know here or you don't speak the language here. There's obviously a lot of challenges with coming here, literally getting on the plane and coming here. Obviously, if you came here now as a non-Russian, I'm going to just show these backwards. These are my Australian cards that someone brought me from Australia, and they don't work in Russia. So any non-Russian card doesn't work in Russia now. So Vasco, thank you for the super chat. BGN. I don't know what BGNs are, but thank you for 2 BGNs. Hey you. Thank you, Vasco. Yeah, if I see either super chats or donation alerts, unfortunately I don't see the Buy Me a Coffees or the SberBank because I've not got them pulled up in front of me to see them. So I'm sorry. But if you do super chats or donation alerts, I see them literally the minute they come up. I've got a little separate screen where I see them over here. So, hi all. I'm not really in the mood. Lost my furry. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's tough to lose a pet or a cat. My sister, husband and kids, they had to have their dog put down, Ollie. I'm thinking it's a couple of weeks ago now. He was obviously very old. Well, obviously not, but you don't know that, right? But he was very old. He'd had a good life. They got him as a rescue dog, and he was very poorly treated by the previous family. And he was like heaven living with my sister and her husband and kids. And the kids have grown up, and one's moved out, one's moving out. But Ollie, yeah, it's sad. Cat, dog, doesn't matter, bird, goldfish. I'm sorry for that. And it looks like you got 76 on your number there, which may wear the same birth year. So I'm also 76. South Carolina, hello. What countries are your viewers from? The predominant country is the USA, then Canada, England, USA, Canada, England. I'm not sure of the others. I know they're the top three. Australia is very tiny, and New Zealand. Why are you traveling Russia? Why am I not traveling? Because I'm pretty much living here in Moscow region, and I've got lots to see in Moscow, and it's not cheap to travel. Someone keeps putting in comments, oh, make a video in Vladivostok, make a video in Yakutia. And it's not just as simple as getting on the plane and doing that, right? Honestly, Russell, are you making more money with YouTube than if you would be when going back on the cruise ships? To be honest, let's be very honest, because I'm always honest and transparent, and there's nothing to hide. I wasn't making as much money on the cruise ships, dollar-wise, but I got to travel for free. I got all my meals for free. I just had to work 70 to 90 hours a week. I got to go to all Caribbean ports, Europe, Central America, Hawaii. So in all the years of working on cruise ships, I got to see the world for free. I got my clothes washed. I had a cabin steward. I had all my meals. Okay, there's still basic living expenses. I wasn't earning lots of money. My wife thought that I did also earn money. It's not, depending on the job. In the shops, obviously, I worked in the shops. It's essentially a retail wage. If you're obviously the captain or the doctor or the cruise director, you're on bigger salaries. If you're an engineer, but the gift shop job or duty-free job is not very well paying, but you get the experience of travel for free. So technically, I'm earning more money from YouTube than I was on the cruise ships. I mean, one of the things I should have thought of 5 years ago, 10 years ago, was making more videos on the cruise ships. For instance, the videos about in the ports of call. I'm still earning money from that other channel because people are still watching videos about how to get to the beach videos and things like that. Do you take Russian language classes? Do you think they would help you? Yes, they would. Janice, Lauren, I need to take them. I need to figure out a way to do them. I don't want to do Skype learning. I want to do it in person. I want to sit down with somebody at a coffee shop or at a bar or, I don't know, at a table at the shopping center and learn it that way, face to face. I just don't think I can handle doing a Skype version of it. It would help me more that I can just have a conversation with someone on the bus, on the metro, today at Kuznetochka. It would help for that kind of thing. I'm not really wanting to have that deep and meaningful conversation about things. Hey, no, the yesterday weather was 50 degrees and wow, 200 tornadoes in Illinois and it's nice 46 degrees, but we're supposed to have winter weather. Yeah, crazy. Even my friend in New Zealand, Ben, who was on the video a long time back, He's in New Zealand at the moment, and they're having like cyclones and flooding. So yeah. Here, but is the reason you don't mention the neighboring countries to ensure your streams don't get tagged and being in people looking for news about that? Nathan, I've always had a neutral neutral stance about what's happening. Obviously, I'm in Russia. I've got to live and breathe and live by Russian, if you want to say laws, if that's the right thing, you know, and do the right thing as a citizen in Russia. Even though I'm an Australian passport holder, I'm a Russian resident. I have a visa to live here. I'm married to a Russian. I just have a neutral stance about things because it's just easier than having a side and then somebody having an opposing side, and then, like you say, about geopolitical debate and things like that. So when I'm not got the camera on me, or maybe I'm talking to somebody that I meet in Moscow here and I'm speaking in English, I don't bring it up as a conversation. Maybe they will, and then I'll answer things, but I don't initiate that as a conversation. So I hope that answers the question. Jose, saw your video about Globus Market. I'm next to the one in Krasnoyarsk, and it's also next to a Toy Dom store. You should come this way. Krasnoyarsk. I'm not sure where is Krasnoyarsk. Yeah, I've done a video in Toy Dom, or my home, your home, my home, at the one at Crocus City, where they've got the convention center and then they've got Vegas. I'm not sure if that's the same one or not. But yeah, I want to do another video at Toy Dom. I always say it wrong because I really like that store. It's kind of like somewhere between a supermarket and an IKEA and a homeware store all blended together. I'm actually really waiting. My Pixel Life, hello, by the way. Thank you for being a channel member. I haven't chatted to you or seen you much, even in the comments. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're going to be opening a place called SberBank here in Moscow, and it's a Belarus version of IKEA. I'm not sure if the microphone is high enough. I feel like it's not. I'm sorry. It's called SberBank. It's essentially, it's the Belarus IKEA, and it's going to be in a shopping center called Kashirskaya. There's a metro station there, and it's opening sometime in March. And that's my next video. Won't be my next video, but it'll be a video coming up so I can make that comparison with how it looks, because they're saying they're even using the same distributors and vendors that supplied to IKEA. They're using Turkish companies, Chinese companies, I guess some of the IKEA companies that were in Russia. There's a lot of manufacturing for IKEA in Russia that was sold as IKEA products. So I'm waiting for that store to open. I can make a video about that. Bonjour in Montreal, colder than Moscow, -10. Yes, it is. Oh, I've got my phone in the wrong place today. I've got everything mixed up because I wanted to do this and then I kind of delayed the start. I'm always like that. Let's have a look. It's -2 in a Prelivka. Feels like -9. I don't think that'll show up on the screen. What do the people do? How they do that? -2 feels like -9. And then tomorrow is -3, -6 overnight. And then it's kind of hovering around +1, 0, -1, all in Celsius in Russia, by the way. Greetings from Serbia. Oh, kakasi, brate. Or Mala Jagoda. Maybe M is female. I don't know. Mala Jagoda is little strawberry in Serbian. And kakasi, brate is like hello, brother. So I'm not sure if you're male or female. When will you make a video with Sam? It's coming up. I think you've asked 3 times. It's coming up. Used to be known as the Queen of the Midlands, as there used to be many, many, many more women than men there. Really? In Nottingham, more women than men. Every man's dream, right? I always had that thing on the cruise ships. Like, on the cruise ships, women outnumber men about 70% women to 30% men on a cruise. So I always had that thing, right? Before I met my wife and I'd go to the disco, I'd be like, well, when all the women pair up with a guy at the nightclub and they all go home, there'll be still women in the nightclub left over for me. So then if you get that or not, greetings from Madrid. Do you have a Russian passport? No, I don't. I have Australian passport, but I have a residency visa in my Australian passport. So no Russian passport. Timat, hello. Hello from Florida, Mr. Floridek. Watching from Moscow, near Avia Park. Curious of the rent difference. Dalton, hello. Oh, I know Avia Park very well. I've been there a lot. I haven't been there in the last few weeks, though. But yeah, this place that we're renting here is 45,000 rubles, 70 square meters. It's got 2 balconies. It's considered a 2-room apartment. You probably know that. They're called rooms here. But we've got a distinct bedroom. It's a huge bathroom, by the way. Please watch the video. It makes a lot of sense. This is 45,000. The place we were renting, the 1-room place, if you watch the other video with the green kitchen and yellow walls, that was 27,000 rubles. That's 49 square meters. So this is considerably bigger. Got a fancier kitchen. It's like a proper Italian kitchen. It doesn't bother me where it's from, but it's a proper bespoke kitchen. Has a jacuzzi in the bathroom, which is a bit over the top. But yeah, we've talked about this with my wife. Like, are we paying too much? I mean, we're paying more than we paid in the other place, but it's obviously a bigger place. But I think it's fair for the size of the apartment we're in. Greetings from a Belgian living in Moscow. What? Nice, Santa Claus. Oh, I love Belgium chocolate, by the way. Those seashell chocolates are the best. Does anyone get mad at you filming? Joey, today, one person. And it was when I was actually filming myself inside the Kuznetsy Tochka. And the lady who was almost right in front of where I was standing thought I was filming her. And obviously the camera was on me the other way around, right? The selfie screen. It's pretty much like one person a day. It's mostly older babushkas. The guy next to her was like this older guy, obviously just gone in there for something to eat, and he was completely happy, smiling, and it's like just a weird difference. It's like one person a day out of the whole lot of people. Hello from St. Petersburg. And everyone from St. Petersburg. Thank you, Elena. Fat Pizza, funny movie. Yes, I know the movie. I don't really like that kind of humor. I understand that I can watch it. I couldn't probably watch it with my wife because my wife would be a bit confused by it. Archangelsk, White Sea. Nikolai, Здравствуйте. Oh, Halifax. Nice. I know Halifax. I've been on the cruise ships to Halifax. Very nice part of the world up in Canada. Send some Coke. Send some Coke. Yes. Or Dobra Cola. Although if you watch the Coca-Cola video, you'll understand there's plenty of Coke. Actually, in Globus today, they had on special I think it was the Turkish Coca-Cola. I didn't look very carefully because I wasn't going to buy one. But there was a pallet of Coca-Cola from Turkey there for 96 rubles. So it's about $1.20, $30 a can. Oh, Uzov, 350 kilometers from you away. Hi. Oh, okay. You're saying hello to each other. Kurt, how's it going? How are you going? Long time no see. Sorry, everybody, for not making a live stream as often as I have. 175 likes, by the way. Thank you for likes. Thank you to the people that have done super chats and donation alerts. Thank you. And I believe probably there is others on the other platforms, but I don't check them while I'm doing the live stream. So I will see them on donation alerts instantly if you put a comment there. Do a video tasting I've done a video. Fly Sky High, Big Mac Analog. Yes, that video, I might put it out tonight if I can. It might be too late timing-wise. 9:30 p.m. now. 10:30. It'd be probably too late to get it live on the channel tonight. I've got a video that I filmed today. I was literally there today. So get ready for that video. What's 120,000 rubles in dollars? I can tell you. 000 to USD. Well, that's a lot of zeros. I think I put too many zeros. I always put. It's 1,600 US dollars, 1,598 US dollars. Kurt is 120,000 rubles. Yes. Do you like shawarma? I do like shawarmas. Yes, I don't have them very often though. My wife thinks I shouldn't have them because it's like a mystery what meat it is in the shawarma. But I really do like shawarmas a lot. When I have, if I have one, I don't tell my wife I'm having one. It's like secret. Again, Vasco, thank you for the super sticker. What's up? Oh, Zangiv. I'm a bit behind on the chat. Sorry, Zangiv, how are we going? Again, long time no see. I'm always on Telegram if you need anything or want to chat or talk. Zangiv, I know from here in Moscow. He has also a YouTube channel and he makes videos in English as well. My account is linked to the location. That's why it's BGN. Bulgarian leave. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Vasco. From Bulgaria. I don't know anything about Bulgaria. That's so bad of me. I know something about everywhere in the world, and then I get a country and I'm stumped. Thank you. It's not really about the, you're putting like the exchange there and things like that. It's not for me like a big thing. I've always said this, as long as I can pay my rent, or my wife and I can pay the rent, pay the bills, and we can feed ourselves, I'm happy. I don't need lots of money. If I win the lotto, then I'd really be stuck because I'd have no idea what to spend it on. Really and truly. In terms of like doing the YouTube, getting the microphone here, getting the camera. You guys know that I got the this vlogging this webcam. I think it's still not at the right settings, but if it's coming across okay. Yeah, it's. Are you a fan of figure skating or even went to ice skating shows in Russia? I went to the ice hockey about a month or so back. I would watch figure skating absolutely if there was an event, Emma. I would go to any sporting event, no matter in Russia, in China, in Antarctica. I would go watch any sport. I like watching any sport on TV. So yeah, if there's ice skating events on or some sort of a competition, I would absolutely attend. Beloved blogging Russell, thank you. Hello, Andrei. Здравствуйте. Oh, you guys have got all sorts of different. I just basically pull up the Google Translate for the money difference. Hello from Germany, Irina. Hello. I went to Globus today briefly. What is your most beloved meal in Moscow? I think my wife's home cooking when she makes borscht. That's probably my most beloved meal in Moscow. We've figured out making like a cottage pie or shepherd's pie, which is basically like a mince with potato on top. Then you bake it in the oven with some cheese and some tomato on top. Any kind of home cooking I like, probably more so than going out to somewhere. Actually, last night we went out for pizza. Well, my wife had soup. I had pizza. We went to the only restaurant in our entire town last night. I wouldn't say it's like, my favorite thing in the world to have the pizza, but it's nice pizza. But any kind of homemade food, if we go to friend's house, I'm far happier than going to a restaurant to eat. I lost a 7-year-old 3-colored dwarf. A rabbit. Problem is they are German. Transport is fixed by a Belgian. Yeah, it's very. Wow, okay. That's even more difficult then. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Getting things in and out of Europe now. You can do it, but it's just challenging, right? It's not as easy as it was. How much Russian can you speak? Not a whole lot, Olivia. Maybe less than 5%. Your videos are blurry and stopping. I wonder if that's to do with the internet. It does say stream excellent when I look at the stream settings, analytics, stream health. Excellent. Your stream health is excellent. I'm sorry if it doesn't come across excellent. I'm sorry. No, I haven't. Igor, underground river, like the Neglinka underground river, Solyanka, etc. No, never. That would be cool if there was such a thing to see and do. I've never heard of that, by the way. You voted yes to blogging. Stop voting yes. I don't really want to do blogging daily. I have an idea to do it in a couple of weeks' time for as a very special final announcement on the channel before we say goodbye. Not yet, by the way. We've got a little more time. That's why the vote's there, Joseph. Yes, Caucus City is only 10 minutes from Globus in Krasnoyarsk. Also, how about Leroy Merlin? Yes, I want to go back and make a video in Leroy Merlin, but I want to go to the one in Zeal metro station, or it's MCC Zeal. There's a very nice Leroy Merlin there that's got like a wood shop or a workshop in the entrance where you can rent time in these workshops and make crafting things in there. And it's a very nice, it's just a Leroy Merlin, if you're not from Russia, is a hardware chain. It's kind of like Home Depot in America, B&Q in England, Bunnings in Australia, but they kind of just go a little bit extra in Russia. They've got a cafe in there. They've got this wood shop in the entrance where you can use almost every possible tool you ever like, and you can essentially rent time to use the tools and make things yourself. And I think that would make... it keeps freezing and unfreezing. It would make a good video at Leroy Merlin. Sorry, Sam. The people in it had boots. Think we need to visit a boot shop. Friends and the people in it had boots. Yeah, I have kind of like walking shoes. Serbia is nice, yes. Makes sense and is understandable. Was more just curious about YouTube algorithms and noticed you didn't mention the country name. I guess for the channel, for my channel, my channel's set up in Australia, by the way, so I don't have strawberries on my avatar, just hands in mint trying on the computer. Yeah, I can't look at the avatar on the screen. I don't know, does it come up with nothing there, M, when I do it? Excuse me. Oh, gosh. Oh, the thing with this camera tracking, when I go to cough off screen, the camera follows me. Oh, that's not funny. Belgian beer. Yes, Belgian beer. Yeah, Stella. Yes, I like Stella. Joe, from Chicago. Good evening. How are you? Escape the Matrix. I'm good. Today's been a good day. I went out and filmed the video at Kuznetochka, trying the new Big Mac or Big Hit. They get mad at me for filming, Joseph. Yeah, I've got no problems filming anywhere I go. I get literally today, the entire day. There was a lot of people at Kuznetochka, by the way, but there was one elderly lady who just said a few things, and that was it. You know, she didn't go on about it. Pretty much in the last few shopping center videos, nobody at all. And someone pointed out that the lady in the bakery in one of the videos was asking, like, to show the food in Russia, and I didn't really understand what she said at the time. So back and forth here, 25 to 4 degrees. Yeah, that's up and down. I like a little bit. I like it either just cold or warm. I don't like that fluctuating. Anchor Keel. Explore underground Moscow, please. Also, your videos are always lagging in random places for 2 or 3 seconds. Maybe there's something wrong with editing settings. Cami, thanks. That's interesting. I do watch them back on my computer here when I play an initial video on the channel, and I do change the 720 because I'm filming in 720/60 now. That's strange. Which bloggers channels in YouTube you watch and like? I watch Casey Neistat, if you know Casey Neistat. He's a guy in New York. I also watch Seek Discomfort. Oh, Yes Theory. Actually, the channel is Yes Theory. That's the one you should really watch. And they have another channel called Seek Discomfort. So Yes Theory is about some guys that go out and do things, adventures, and it's about answering a question as a yes or doing something. Say yes. Yes Theory, Casey Neistat. I watch some guys that do car remodeling. Salvage Rebuilds UK is the one I watch. Bloggers that do travel. I watch Cara and Nate. That's another channel I watch, Cara and Nate. And a lot of just random things. Please tell in an open and hidden form, have you ever been discriminated against in Russia? Absolutely not. No. Eupheriogenist. I've never been discriminated in Russia. I'm very much welcomed by anybody I meet. I think the whole I'm from Australia thing helps a lot. Never ever by anybody. Not had really any interactions with kind of the police while I've been here or administration. But when I was doing my visa, my wife sorted out most of that out. But they're all very nice. Zero discrimination. Zero. Not a single situation that's come up that I could even talk about. It would be nice to meet you and share some past stories in Australia. Hi, mate. From Joseph of Pina. Are you from Australia as well? Wow. Yeah. Go onto the Telegram channel or send me an email, and we can somehow get on Telegram and chat together. I haven't caught a live stream in a long time. Yeah, I've not done a live stream, Janine, for a long time. And I certainly remember the green kitchen cabinets. Congratulations on your apartment. I saw the video walkthrough. Very nice place. Yes, a lot of people probably didn't realize initially that it was where we were moving to. We'd had this idea for a long time, actually, that we were looking. We specifically wanted to be in the same building. So we were really waiting for a rental to come up in the same building. That's why it happened. Literally, we went to look at it. We went back the next day to sign the papers. We got the keys the same day. Literally, we called up to look at it on one day. The next day, they came back with the keys and the paperwork, and we gave the deposit, and we moved in that afternoon. It all happened in 24 hours. So quick. Thank you, Zangief. What do you think of revival? Uzbur. I'm not sure what that is. What do you think of revival in Uzbur? I have no idea what that Uzbur is. Lorraine, hello. Oh, that's what she saved up so far to come. Okay. That's good. That's good. It's not easy to save money if you're on any kind of an income in Russia. Honestly and truly, it's not. It's my wife and I, we do budget to do things. So and it's not easy to save money even for a holiday, for a trip, we did the remodeling of my wife's apartment. You might saw that video. And we went over the budget because we had unexpected things. When we turned up from the guy that moved out, the door in the bathroom was missing. We couldn't just replace the door. We had to replace the whole frame of the door and the door jamb. So one thing led to another. We had to change the locks on the door, so even though we made a budget initially, it was hard to keep up with that budget. Ancient tunnels, not canalization. I've heard that there's some secret metro tunnels, and everyone gives me a different answer about, is there secret metro tunnels? Can you give me a link? Why do you rarely do your... I was doing lots of live streams, and since we've moved into this place, this is only the second one I've done. I want to do them more often. I just have to kind of get my wife's okay first. Because obviously now we've got this open kind of apartment. It's nice to sit on the sofa. It's nice to watch TV with your feet up on the bin bags. And it's kind of I'm not in a separate room as I was before in the other place. Oh, snow day, but it was 3 inches. That's not a snow day for Moscow. Please tell me if you could possibly be interested in going underground. I would love to do these. I don't know about tunneling. If you're thinking about like going caving style, that I probably wouldn't want to do. But if it's kind of like a tourist kind of thing where you do tunnels with the headlamps on and go and discover things, absolutely. Just join my Telegram channel. Thanks. Yeah, there's the Telegram channel, and then you can put a comment and it goes to a chat group where there's about 200 people in the group. And that's a little bit more people chatting back and forward. Oh, Faceless Chef. I'm trying to toe inside this live stream with the start of the vidIQ stream, but I'm not sure if it'll time up right. Come from Bulgaria. Yeah, you remember my upside down cottage pie? Yeah, we've got it the right way around now. I didn't notice my wife doing it the first time. So she put the potato on the bottom, then she put the mince on top on the first one. Two Saints. I'm back to not eating again week, and I'm eating smaller portions than my 20-month-old. Wow. I think I'd struggle to diet. My only way to diet is to stop drinking soda and sugary drinks. That's the easiest way for me to diet. I wouldn't be able to give up on food. We want daily vlogs. Zero hoot given. Thanks. Nice channel name, but there's a lot of people voting for daily vlogs. I might be able to do it in 2 weeks' time. I'm not sure if we can figure it out. The problem I've got is I don't want to be behind, like 2 or 3 days behind. A lot of people that do vlogging are a couple of days behind real life, you know? Love the Robson supermarket, especially the big tech stores. Oh, thank you. Yeah, there's when I went to NVIDIA to I can't remember the name of the big stores now. Big tech stores, yes. I'm talking about tunnels here forever. I'm reading the chat. Thanks, Igor. Do you still have Krochka Katochka meal places there in the streets in Moscow? Are these places no more in trend? They're in all the shopping centers. Krochka Katochka is the kind of Russian fast food, but it's baked potatoes with toppings. They're pretty much in every shopping mall food court in Russia and in Moscow region. Video fine here. Let's change spots. Oh, I guess you're talking to each other. Where in Moscow? Arakalina Fikau. I'm not sure what you're saying, Jose or Josie. Mr. Potato. No one's called me Mr. Potato, no. Do you have any Slavic roots? No, my grandparents are Polish. Probably, I don't know how far west of east you're thinking of. So I'm kind of 1/4 Polish on my mum's side because it's my mum's family. Mogyu, I see it every day and then. My drone really gets people mad. Oh, I'm sure. If you've got a drone and you're flying it, yeah, there's a lot of no-fly zones in Moscow for drones. Have a fabulous day. Luca, thank you. Yes, Russell is a sweet guy. Subscribed last year. Thank you, Janine. That's so nice to see people here that watch the videos, because obviously when I put a video and I read back the comments, it's not the same as catching people live, you know? So we want daily vlogging in Russia. Thank you for the answer. Naglinka River is a 7.5 kilometer long underground river under Svetnoy Avenue, Trubnaya Square, and Naglinskaya Street. Wow, interesting. Okay, can you take a boat or can you walk it? Guys, I'm going to sleep. Have to arrange a lot tomorrow morning. Yes. I hope it's not a difficult night for you. Sleep well. Yeah, thank you for being in the live stream. Hood Time Channel. Do you go skiing? I've been tubing on your Voroviva Gore. They've got the little skiing hill there, and I did the tubing like what the kids do. I'm in southwest of Moscow. I'm in a Prelevka, which is on just off Kiev Shusay, just past Vnukovo Airport is where I live. So we're going to chat. Bye, Russell. It's a crime time German TV over satellite. No, I watch a Chrome guy in the UK. Yeah, the other one I watch is I watch a couple of English car shows. He restores Aston Martins. Wow. Can get you to underground tunnels and see secret rivers. It's interesting. Pavel, hello. Hi. No, the old door frames were solid wood. Yeah, the door frames. Yeah, it's very interesting that, Joe, the replacement frame. I mean, we bought the whole kit at Leroy Merlin. We actually got a guy that we found on Avito, which is where you find the workers. Very, very professional guy. The guy came, he brought a couple of workers. They had all the tools. I actually went with them in the car to buy the frame that we needed to replace because we actually had the door already, thinking the door would hang, but it wouldn't hang on the existing door frame because the door frame was probably out a little bit. Yeah, probably the nicest workers that I've ever met doing anything. Older door frame. Yeah, they're not solid wood. They kind of what do you call it? Like treated pine, kind of whatever wood it is. Do you have a permanent job in Russia? I don't have a permanent job, no. I do YouTube. I rely on people watching videos, liking videos, watching the ads if you're not in Russia. Sorry. Where this cough has come from. Oh, again, this camera follows me. Still watching you from an undisclosed location in downtown Mogadishu. I remember you saying that in other comments. Not by choice after. Gastro. Yes. That's not good. Baltic Sea tours. Yeah, I did a couple of cruises up that way. A long time ago now. We came to St. Petersburg on the cruise ship many years ago. Yeah, there is rumors that the Moscow subway is a secret government tube and that there are WW3 bunkers off it. Yeah, I've heard this. And some people have confirmed that it's true, and then some people think it's a myth. But there's obviously got to be something set up. They're really, considering what they built, and now they're going to be opening the new Big Circle line. I think it was meant to be today officially. I don't know if it ended up happening. I'm sorry my husband is bullying you. I think you're awesome. Thank you, Cami. Thanks. It's a pipe underground. Okay, I'm not really into doing that kind of thing, like caving and tunneling. I've done caving once in Mexico on the cruise ships, and I was just claustrophobic. You can take a boat for fun, but it's easier to walk. Yes. But if you take inflatable boat with you, it could be unbelievable. Sounds fun. Sounds interesting. The door frames are glued, glued sawdust. Yes. Yeah, the guys that installed, they took out the other one. They had that spray foam where they filled the gaps in. They had that door up and hung. We were literally there about an hour. They had it done and dusted. They had the proper laser levels. It wasn't just a guy turning up with a little carrier bag of tools. They had even all the DeVault tools as well, the proper stuff. So yeah, thank you everybody for the live stream. We're going to go for another 9 more minutes for the live stream. I hope everyone's enjoyed the chat. We've kind of caught up to the live stream chat now because I'm always a little bit behind. Thank you so much for people who've done likes. That's very appreciated. People that have done super chats, thank you. If anyone may still do donation alerts, again, it'll come up on the screen. I can read out if you've got specific questions. I can obviously answer anything that's specific if you want to know things about living here. Now, I might ended up going the whole 9 minutes. So nobody knows this. Now, does anybody know what is your level of Russian, Russell Russian? It's about 5 or 7%. I probably should say 5%. It's not good, really, considering. All right. So, did anybody see the poll question about would you still watch me if I left Russia? Now, if anyone saw that as a question, there was a lot of comments on that one. There's not normally a lot of comments on polls. People just poll, the tick whichever one they want to choose, and that's it. But it was very much a little bit one side. It's very much even about people would watch me, people wouldn't watch me. 1776 Marley. Thank you. Thank you if you've sent Coca-Colas. Yeah, buy me a coffee. Thank you. Are you leaving Russia? Now, Janine, now this is the thing. Do you plan to visit Moscow ghetto beer pubs? No. I'll go to a pub. I don't tend to film in bars and restaurants. I don't film in bars and restaurants. Food courts, yes, but it's just too invasive on people that are there just to have a nice time. And it's just difficult to kind of do that kind of a video. So are we leaving Russia? So we are leaving Russia. Now, only whoever's watching the last 8 minutes of this live stream, this will make sense. So next Wednesday, I don't know what date it'll be now. Next Wednesday, yes, on the 8th of March, we are flying to Australia. And we'll end up being in Australia on the 11th of March. We'll be there for 9 days. And then we'll fly to Bali, Indonesia. And we'll be there for roughly 2 weeks. I think it's 13 or 14 days, 2 weeks. And then we'll fly back to Russia. So we are leaving Russia, but only if you're watching this last 9 minutes are you getting the live situation. So anybody that sort of voted and didn't really understand it, I was more curious if people would watch vlogs or vlogging or videos about Bali, about Australia. And I kind of got a very mixed kind of mixed comments about it. And that a lot of people like watching me do English videos in Moscow about, let's say, life in Moscow, life in Russia, you know, me going to shopping centers, supermarkets, stores, doing these apartment tours. And yes, so we are going to Australia next week for 9 days. Literally, I wish it was longer, but it's just the way it's worked out. It's a couple of days to get there. And then we're going to fly from Perth back to Bali. We're flying with Qatar Airways via Doha. And that's just the flights we ended up with. It was very difficult to get flights because of the fact you can't use non-Russian cards to pay for the tickets. So going home for a visit and a vacation, Janine. Yes. Yes, just join the stream. You'll be back eventually, won't you? Yes, I will be back. We'll be back on the I don't know the date. I do know the date, but I don't know the date. April 7, we fly back. So imagine on the 7th or the 8th, we get back 8th of April back to Russia. We fly from Sheremetyevo, Doha to Australia, and then basically Perth, Bali, Doha, Moscow. Go to your favorite swing on the beach in Bali. Yes, in Gili Air. Yes, we're going to go to Gili Air. We're going to stay there pretty much the whole time. In Bali, we'll only be there for about a day or so either side of the trip to Australia. Well, either a day getting there. It's very hard to understand. I've got a bit of a plan of what we're going to do, but I'll definitely go to that swing in Gili Air. There's a beach there. There's a swing out of the water, especially at sunset. You go for sundowners and have some beers to watch the sunset. Yes. Go on a Russia jet. Never seen them. Yeah, we're going on Qatar Airways. Pretty much all the major airlines fly in and out of Russia. So Qatar, Emirates, Etihad, all that go through the Middle East. Yeah, there's a lot of airlines that we could have chosen. Life in Moscow videos beyond malls. Yes, I'm trying to do that. Skadifron. Trying to do that. You have a good, understandable pronunciation, and it's good to learn spoken English from your speech. Thank you. Thank you. That's very nice. Thank you. Oh, Blogging Trucker. How's it going? Yes, we're going back to Australia next week, next Wednesday. I've got a lot of plans that are not really Australia. I need to go to do my taxes. I need to go to the bank. I need to sort out a light bulb in my Australian apartment that I'm renting out to somebody. They want to charge me $142 to change a light bulb. Now, no matter if you know the currency exchange from US dollars to Australian dollars to whatever, rubles, or to lira or whatever currency you are in the world, $142 to change a light bulb. It seems almost cheaper to fly to Australia, fix the light bulb, and fly back. So, yes. I'll see your videos. See your videos. Never seen Australia or Bali. Long flight, though. Yes. It is a bit of a long flight, especially on the way back. We've got a long layover in Qatar, in Doha on the way back. On the way there, it's only 2 or 3 hour layover. But on the way back, it's a long layover. So, yeah, I don't know what we're going to do around that yet. Yes, we've got about 3 more minutes. So thank you, everybody. I will do another I'll do more live streams before Wednesday next week, before we leave. Now, the one thing I probably want to ask, and you can put it in comments only here. I won't do a poll or anything. How would you feel if I made a I left Russia video? That will be the title. I left Russia. The thumbnail would be me with luggage, either in my apartment or at the airport. And I make a video about me from the apartment to the airport to Bali to a hotel room. You probably won't know I'll be in Bali because I won't reveal that part. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. And then obviously I'd reveal that I'm in Bali. Jen's with me. You know, we're going to be in Australia, meet my parents. We're going to do whatever daily things there. That's the whole daily vlogging thing. I could daily vlog in Australia for the 9 days that I'm there. Good night. If you're leaving, it's good to see not only your Russian side, but also your Australian side. Yes. Yeah. It's not till next week. By the way, this holiday is not like we've been now roughly 2 years. I think my wife, since we were back in Australia 2 years ago. So this has been a long time planning. We didn't decide last week. It was kind of bad timing with moving apartments. That's something we couldn't avoid, all the things happening at the same time. But so yeah, we've been saving for nearly 2 years for this holiday, by the way. So I've kind of very well budgeted for what we're going to do, and we're going to have a car rental in Australia so we can get around and see friends and family. I've never been to Bali or Australia. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. No, we met in Thailand, Malini. We met in Thailand, not in Bali. We did try to meet up in Bali the next year, and we missed each other by something like a week. We went to the same island, Gili Air, where we're going to go to this time again because we love it there. There's a very small island we're going to go to. And she was there with her friends, and I was there on my own because I was going on my own on holiday a lot before I fully met my wife. And we took the exact same photo on the exact same pier within a week of each other being there. But yeah, we met in Thailand originally. Canada. We'll watch all your travel videos. Please film everything. How about thank you. Visiting shops in Russia is fine. Just expand beyond shopping malls. Yes. Secondhand shops could be fun. Yeah, I'm trying to find secondhand stores. I'm trying to. Welcome back. Thank you, Katie Lee. Yes, thanks. Yeah, bad clickbait. Yeah, that's the thing I'm a bit worried about. It would be obviously a truthful thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to leave Russia. But obviously, do people think I'm a spy? No, not at all. Unless they think I'm spying on supermarkets and shopping centers. Yes. Pretend that you were being kicked out of Russia. Yeah, I don't want to make the video that way seemed like. I want to just show me getting on the plane, going through the airport. It's going to be tough to film it with my wife with me and our luggage and our bags, and because I want to avoid my wife being in the video. So I'm wondering, should I do that, as you call it, clickbait video, I left Russia, or should I do a video with my wife and I going on a holiday? No good clickbait. No clickbait, but do it anyway. Thank you, Nikolai. Nice idea. You should have like papers. Yeah, like I've got to leave. You want to copy the people who left Russia because they were afraid of getting. Yes. Well, no, Irene. I understand what you're saying. Obviously, not being a Russian passport holder or a Russian citizen, I'm in a bit of a different situation to other people. You'll be wife, you the chance to compare how things have changed since you left. Yes, that will be interesting, Fortuna, how things have changed. Because a lot of people tell me that the shops are empty, there's no food, there's no eggs. Prices have doubled in price. Thank you for your supermarket videos. Thank you, Johnny. Gosh, I'm sorry for coughing. This is the first time I've coughed in a long time. The price spy. Clickbait, no. Why did I move to Russia? My wife is Russian. I met her a lot of years ago in Thailand on holiday. We then got married. We've been married now 5 years. Next month. Your outdoor park videos are great. Thank you. Yes. I liked walking there in Gorky Park. We're going to go, well, primarily, Just Know, thank you for being a channel member, by the way. Primarily, we're going to go to Australia to see my family, my parents, my sister. It's my dad's 75th birthday on the 19th of March. So we're going to have a dinner for his birthday, for his 75th birthday. That's really is the reason to go. Obviously see family. I've got some things to sort out with my bank, with my apartment, with my tax lady in Australia, because I'm not lodging tax returns while I'm not home, and a holiday. The holiday really is in Bali. It's not really in Australia, although it will be a holiday. Yes. We have no idea how it is in Moscow. Probably hard to film there, though. No, I'm making videos. Yeah, they do big celebrations. Yes. Yeah, I guess I went to Maslenitsa. Maslenitsa is all over Russia, by the way. So I just went to one event. Interesting to see what people are saying in Australia. It'll be interesting how many of my family want to be on a video. That'll be interesting if my mum and dad will want to be. Eggs I got last week were back down to only double the price now. $3 a dozen at Wally World. Wally World is Walmart for anyone that doesn't know. Malenki Poruski, Johnny. Shoot. Have authorities ever contacted you because of your YouTube? No one's ever contacted me, no. my local administration did to invite me there to thank me for helping clear snow. And then they brought the local TV channel to film me doing some snow clearing, but I helped out with the local administration clearing snow. Coke has doubled in price. I don't really speak Russian. I know some words. I know some lines. I can make do with the little Russian that I know. He got an award from a local news channel or something. Yes. Oh, that's another. I don't have that here. I don't know where my wife, since we moved, I don't know where that is. Yes, that was another thing, like an award from an awards company. I don't know what it is called. That. Yes, thank you, Janine. Yeah, my dad's birthday is on the 19th of March. Yes, I wanted them to move the birthday to the 18th to better suit our travels, but they didn't want to do that, obviously. So Sunday evening, we're going out for dinner. All of my sister's family side, obviously my side now, I'll be there with my wife. I'm not sure who else is coming, but yes, that's the whole thing. That was why I had that blogging question. And I mean, the videos might be a little bit confused and mixed around. So one video might be kind of a hotel room tour. One might be a hotel tour. One might be a going to the beach video. One might be a shopping center video. One might be visiting my parents video. So they're not going to make a lot of sense unless you obviously follow the trip that I make. Just know, thank you. Let me put this on the screen. Just know, thank you so much for the super, I think that's super sticker, is it? Or super chat. Thank you. Now, I'm going to get emotional for a second. Just know, thank you. Your accent is not exactly Australian. How come? Because I like to speak nice and clearly on videos and make it come across easier for everyone that maybe not necessarily have English as a first language. Now, just know, my wife said yesterday or the day before that YouTube is treating me nicely these last couple of weeks since we booked the trip to Australia. And it's kind of fate that the videos in the last 2 weeks, I know they're supermarket and shopping center videos, I know that, but that's unfortunately what gets a lot of views and gets a lot of ad revenue, and it helps obviously from the money that we earn for my wife and I to live here, and that's the wage that I earn and the salary. So by you doing a very nice super chat, it'll contribute to the holiday. Essentially, the money that'll come from YouTube for this calendar month will pay out on the 21st of next calendar month, which is the day after we arrive in Bali. We fly there on my dad's birthday is the 19th, and then we fly on the 20th to Bali, from Perth to Bali. It's only a 3-hour flight. And my wife said yesterday and the day before, because I was showing her that, the video views are up, the ad revenue is up, things like super chats are up. And she said it's like God. I don't want to get religious on everybody because I'm not particularly religious, but she said it's like a fate or like God, like shining down on us, telling us we should go on holiday, and warranting the price we paid for the tickets and the cost it's going to be for roughly just on 4-week holiday between flying and then the time in Australia, the time in Bali, that it's kind of not going to be a cheap holiday. We could better spend the money on other things. But obviously moving apartments didn't help. We spent money doing that. Fixing the apartment in Vidno, that wasn't as... We did plan for that, but thank you. That's all I can say, because it was kind of a lot of fate. A lot of things have happened this week and last week for a reason, right? Things happen for a reason. And I was coming back for my dad's birthday. the trip we've got planned in Bali. We're going to rent a car while we're in Australia to go see some friends. Things happen for a reason. So that's why I really wanted to ask you guys about vlogging while I'm doing these videos and making videos. The whole I left Russia video will get a lot of views, and it might cause a lot of flack, especially from community members like you guys, commenters, regular watchers of the channel, and it might make a lot of bad blood amongst people because I left to go on a holiday. So have a great time visiting your family. Thank you. Price of goods are going down again. I hear in the UK they have problems with getting vegetables. But here in Denmark, we have plenty of everything. Yeah, the thing is in Russia, most things are either from Russia or from 90% of stuff in supermarkets are from Russia, either from manufacturing or from nearby CIS countries. Not the bananas, but yeah, Mali, this is the whole fate thing that I'm going to talk about. Well, I've talked about that. The last 7 or 8 days, of the views on the channel is up. I've been a little bit more conscious of doing videos and getting them on the channel a little bit quicker. I want to do more live streams. I'm going to take the camera with me, by the way. So as long as we get good Wi-Fi, we can live stream from Bali. I don't know from Australia if we can. Thank you, Turin Sergey. That's okay. I'm looking forward to all sorts of videos. Thank you. Can you do a video showing all the big churches in Russia? The whole country is a lot. There's a lot to cover to see a lot of churches. It's because most people don't know much about Russia, so it's fascinating. Yes, I agree. What's your flight itinerary? Are you flying through Istanbul? No, we're going through Doha with Qatar Airways. Obviously, Australia's east of Russia. So yeah, it's basically Sheremetyevo, Doha, Denpasar. We have a day and a half in Bali. Then we're going to fly Bali to Perth. 9 days later, Perth back to Bali. And then roughly 2 weeks, and then Bali back to Moscow. You only live once. Have fun. Thank you. Yeah, most of the holiday for me is obviously seeing family and my dad. For my wife, it's getting some sun and going to sit on a chair by the beach or by the swimming pool in the hotel. What do you guys speak your English in what do people say when you speak English in a shopping center? No one really says anything, really and truly. Most people don't say anything. Some people come up to me off camera and ask what I'm filming, and they're just curious about what I'm doing and what I'm showing. Yes. Just brainstorming. Yes. Supermarket video from Australia and Bali. Yeah. In Australia, you can't really film in public areas, but I'm going to plan to go to the supermarket that I worked at, and hopefully they'll let me film. I think it shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, I'm going to definitely do one in Bali. In Australia, I will do one in both places, Christian Cruz. I've not left yet, Alex. And I'm going to have the Kuzna Itochka video tomorrow on the channel. Tomorrow. Okay? So I'm going to still keep making videos until Wednesday. You will miss your parents when... Yes, thank you. Drachan Slayer. Thank you, yes. I think that's... Also, I'm going to go visit my uncle, my dad's brother, my uncle, and then my mum's brother. He's another uncle. He's a little... People don't see him that much, so... I've already told my wife I've got plans to go see everybody, literally at least for a few hours. We're going to leave Russia for a holiday. I mean, 6 PO. It's roughly 4 weeks, kind of door to door. What are you doing for leaving? Do you want to go teach English? Yeah, I would like to figure out doing that somehow. I don't know how, but I'd like to do some sort of teaching or like speaking club, something like that. No, I don't have a lot of Australian viewers. The percentage of Australian viewers is very tiny. I'll be curious how people are when I'm in Australia, how they'll react that I'm living in Russia, or people that know me, right? But anybody that I meet randomly, I'll be curious how they act or speak about Russia, that I'm not in Russia. There's Wi-Fi in Bali. Yes, there is Wi-Fi in Bali. Yeah, there'll be Wi-Fi by the beach in Bali as well. Yes, can you buy the same product sets in Australia and Russia? Oh, you mean like things in the supermarket, maybe? Be interesting just to show the price of eggs and milk and things like that. That will be kind of interesting. Okay, everybody, I've gone now 15 minutes over time. So only you guys who have watched the last 15 or 20 minutes know that I'm going to Australia on next Wednesday on the 8th. So if anyone is part of the Telegram channel, you'll definitely see photos and about, because I do that daily. I put any kind of photos. Now that when I meet people like I met these guys today at Kuznetochka, I put that photo on there. I post a lot more daily photos on that. So thank you so much for people who have done donation alerts. I'm sure I know somebody has done buy me a coffee, buy me a Coke, I call it, coffee. Thank you. If anyone's done SberBank, I tend to get SberBank donations quite randomly. So thank you. If you're watching and you've done one, it's very hard to kind of acknowledge people that do SberBank. You can't reply back to somebody that makes a donation, or most of it's like, thank you, we enjoy your videos, or buy yourself lunch, buy a Coca-Cola, because people know I talk about this a lot. So, actually, Debbie, I've never met him, but last week, I don't know what day, last week, something like Wednesday or so last week, I was by Park Kultura metro station. And when I stepped out of the metro station, there was a lot of military and police around, and a lot of that you don't normally see. And I'm like, what's going on? Right. And they were blocking the roads for Putin, Mr. Putin, to come through one road and turn down another road to go from one place to the other. And I know that when he does that, they do close off roads, right? But they even kind of closed off the metro station right there. And his entourage drove through, his Aurus with all the cars around him. So I almost certain he didn't see me, I didn't see him, but that's as close as I've been to him. I've also had the Indonesian president, when I was at the traffic lights in Bali quite a few years ago, he passed by. I've never seen the Australian current prime minister. I've seen one of the past prime ministers in Australia. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you. I can't read Russian. But something about Moscow and St. Petersburg. I'm not sure what you're saying, Serge. Moscow, Brussels. Wow. Chinese planes. Maybe they're carrying some of the entourages. Yeah, I watch Flight Radar sometimes. Yeah, I'm literally where Vnukovo Airport is. When I was living in the other apartment, from my kitchen window, pretty much a lot of the planes turn at Aprelivka for the landing at Vnukovo. So, Russell, I was going to believe all what I'm learning is students changed program in London. Don't leave Russia, please. Well, I'm going on a holiday, so I'm kind of leaving temporarily. I'll be back. As Schwarzenegger says, I'll be back. Thank you, Fortuna. Yeah, you commented very early on the video and then at the end here, so thank you. I'm glad. By the way, Fortuna, you don't need to have hashtags in your channel name, if that's your channel name, Fortuna. Maybe come up with something else and get rid of the hashtags, because nobody uses hashtags on YouTube. People do it on Instagram. I don't know if on TikTok they do it, but spoken with Gideon Light. I'm a very okay, not for the fact I saw Mr. Putin's car and the Aurus and things like that. Anybody, my local politician in Baldivis, where I live when I'm in Australia, I saw him at a like a City Day event. The local politician, local guy, absolutely local guy. And even then, when I met him, I was lost for words. I get very giddy if I see a sports star, a TV star, somebody famous. Doesn't matter who they are. I'm like that. And I probably should be like more calm, relaxed, no worries. But BC, I understand what your question is, but it's not about that. You know what I mean? Even meeting the administration in my local town here, I was like, kind of making sure my shirt was neat and everything. And that was just the guy in charge of our town. I'd like to visit Indonesia. Yes, well, we're going to Bali, and then we're going to go to Gili Air, which is an island close by Lombok. It's about 3 hours by boat from Bali to Gili Air, where we're going to go. Thank you, Ruth. My children. Oh, Mattia and Elisa. Okay, that's why you have them. I don't have a Russian passport. No, I have an Australian passport, but I have Russian residency. Yes. Okay, everybody, I'm out of here. Thank you. We will do another live stream. What day are we on of the week? I normally do them Saturdays and Sundays. So I think we should do one maybe Friday night, Saturday night, or Sunday night. Marley, now I see your email with Buy Me a Coca-Cola. Thank you. 1776 Marley. Thank you. Bought you Coca-Cola. Thank you. Pretty much, honestly, guys, like the things like these donation alerts and things like this, it literally is just my day-to-day, like going out for lunch, going out for whatever food I'm going to have. My wife works most days, so I go out on my own to most things. Eleuxia. I was trying to start another channel called There is a Russell in Russia channel, and that's my channel. It's got 30 subscribers. Russell in Russia. There is a channel called that, and I was trying to do that channel, but this traveling thing is more broader. Glad to hear that. We'll miss your video around the shops and other McDonald's. Yeah, well, I've got a video coming out tomorrow about Kuzna Itochka. It's going to be a long video. I'm a bit scared it's too long because Sam's Russian adventure video is too short, he thinks. Yeah, thank you, Janine. Thank you, Johnny. You don't necessarily stay in one nation or place. Regarding your next stop, I can only say this. Western Oregon is the best place on earth. Wow, that's quite specific. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, thank you. Is it an Australian English accent? It is, yes. Well, it's more of just a refined Australian accent so that everybody can listen and it makes sense, if that makes sense. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to click good night now, and I'm nearly at my 2 hours, which is my usual YouTube live stream time. Thank you. I hope everyone's had a good day today or is having a good day coming, depending on where you are in the world. We will do Friday, Saturday, or Sunday night. We'll see which night we can do another live stream to start off March. Good name, Russell in Russia. Limitless opportunities for content and adventure. Yes, Rochelle. Yes, there is. I think it's like 30 subscribers on that channel. From Tbilisi. Oh, Snick. Thank you. Good night, Min. Also, good night. Thank you, Snick. Tbilisi, Georgia. There's a lot of Russian YouTubers in Tbilisi, by the way. Thank you, Debbie. Cheers, brother. Yes. Thanks. All right. Signing off 100% now. I'm the worst person to say goodbye because I don't want to leave everybody who's watching hanging, but 295 likes. Wow, we're 5 away from 300. That's crazy, by the way. It's interesting how many people maybe not necessarily watch the whole live stream, but how there's so many likes versus concurrent viewers. Yes, 295 likes. Wow. Thank you, everybody. And I'm going to end the poll there because everybody wants daily vlogs. Vlogging with a V is because of videos. Blogging is with a B. Oh, 300. How did 303 suddenly? It's now 303. How did that happen so fast? Come on. 305. What? Man. And at my last poll, I was just doing a general, can I beat 3,000 poll answers on the community tab? And it's like on 900. It's like the worst poll when I ask a simple question. Too simple of a question. So, all right, everybody, I'm out of here. An hour and 54. So we're still under 2 hours. Again, if you want to join the Telegram group, it's called Traveling with Russell Channel. If you post a comment on one of the pictures or posts, it'll generally go to a chat where there's a lot more active people in the chat, if that makes sense. So, yeah. I can't thank people enough. Just Know, Vasco, Timu. I forgot the first name of the person, the people that did donation alerts, people that maybe have done SberBank, people that have done buy me a Coke, buy me a coffee. Buy me a coffee is quite awkward to get the money back to me. What I tend to do is just let it sit there until it builds up, and then I just do one transfer because you've got to send it through another program to another program. So it's not a problem, but it's just an option that a lot of people want on YouTube, so it's there. I'm going to have a drink, and I'm going to have something to eat because I'm a little bit hungry. And I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. Thank you for watching tonight's live stream. Tomorrow, the video will be about Kuzni i Tochka, so get ready for it if you want to watch that. I'm sorry it's a long video, but it's an in-depth review of the Big Mac. I forgot the name of it. the Russian Big Mac. I'm going giddy now. I've done too many things in the last 2 hours. All right. Bye, everybody. See you later.